Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, where I help you transform your life right in your living room, one workout at a time. Go ahead and come all the way to the edge of your seat and let's get warmed up with some nice big arm circles with some knees to your chest, some high knees. I could not think of the word. Oh my gosh, it's going to be one of those workouts today. Hi, I'm having a great day. How about you? Thank goodness this is the warm-up, huh? You know, some days are just like that. Some workouts are just like that. And you know what? The lesson to be learned here is that we just keep moving forward. As long as you are moving, you are winning. My friend, I've got a great workout for us today, assuming I can remember the words of what it is that we're doing. I've got a great total body Metcon. Metcon is a fancy word. It means metabolic conditioning, and what that means is that it is cardio and strength combined. So we're getting your heart rate up for some great fat and calorie burning, and then we are picking up heavy things and putting them back down again to reshape the muscles in your body, as well as strengthen your bones and gain some muscle tone. So if you have done one of my Metcons before, let's go ahead and do some arm crossers as well as knee openers. You know that Metcon is actually just another word for workout with no rest. You guys, this is going to be a super sweaty one today. Like I said, we're getting it all. We're getting cardio, we're getting strength, and we're not getting any rest. So this one's going to be a sweaty one. I'm using a light pair of dumbbells today, and the reason for that is because we're actually getting a pretty high volume of work done. I've got my handy dandy Gymboss here, set for intervals of 1 minute. Yeah, that's a long time to get your heart rate up, and it's a long time to be picking up heavy things. So feel free to set your own challenge, whatever you think you can work with. Sometimes that might mean some of these exercises are empty-handed, and that's okay too. Now, I'm feeling nice and warmed up. My muscles have been warmed up. My joints have moved through their full range of motion. If you'd like a little bit more of a warm-up, you can go ahead and scrub back or just pause the video. And then, my friends, when you are ready for it, I'm totally ready. Let's go. So we're going to get started with some cardio, and our first exercise is forward hinge arm flappers, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to have hands up overhead, sitting all the way at the edge of our seat. We're going to flap our hands kind of like we're doing jumping jacks, but rather than doing any jumping at all, we're going to hinge forward from the waist. 1 minute of this means that we've got plenty of time to get your heart rate up. So feel free to take this at whatever pace works for you. Timed work, like what we're doing today, means that you can really go at your own pace to get your best workout. Sometimes that means that you're working out exactly with me, and sometimes it means you're working faster or working slower. Maybe the strength exercises are easier for you. Maybe the cardio is easier for you. Feel free to take it at your pace. Now, when it beeps, like I mentioned, absolutely no rest today. We're going to grab those dumbbells, so make sure that they are nice and close by. And our first exercise is going to be a bent over fly. So kind of from this bent over position, we're going to have a dumbbell in each hand, and we're going to bring our arms up and out, really leading with our elbows so that we can get a nice flying, flapping wing position, which is a great exercise for your upper and middle back as well as your chest, working that whole shoulder complex. So one dumbbell in each hand. We've got our hands just resting with our palms facing each other. We're going to fly and close and fly and close. And I apologize, I am looking kind of down. You want to make sure that your neck is neutral, which means that you guys get to see my roots. Congratulations. You know, it's only been, let's see, what's it been, like 5 or 6 months since I've colored my hair? That's not even roots anymore at that point. At that point, I think what we're calling it is going gray naturally. That's what we're calling it. So you guys, when it beeps again, we're going to stop thinking about my roots, hopefully. We're going to go into our next cardio exercise, which is reach across. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to reach across your body, reaching one hand across your body while your leg reaches out on the same side of your body, so opposite of your hand. And then we'll reach across in the other direction as well. Now you notice here about 50 seconds into this strength why I chose my lightest dumbbells. That is the magic of a Metcon workout, my friends. Go ahead and go right into reach across, reaching across your body a little bit higher than shoulder height. For me, that means I'm reaching right across the front of my face here. Kicking out that foot on the other side. This is meant to be fast-paced. This is cardio, so help yourself to a pace that brings your heart rate up. Feeling real good right about now. And now you've kind of got the rhythm of it. There is nothing that is slow moving. There is nothing about it that is easy and not sweaty. When it beeps again, we're going to grab those dumbbells again and go right into something I call peekaboos. It's another great upper body, upper back, shoulder complex exercise. We're going to have our elbows at shoulder height with our hands and forearms right in front of our face to start. We're going to open up those elbows as wide as you can, like we're playing peekaboo with a child, and then we're going to close them back up again. So palms are facing each other, elbows are at shoulder height. Squeeze your elbows together, pull your elbows apart, really pulling from your angel wings in back. So elbows together and elbows apart. And I mention the elbows specifically because lots of times when I'm working with clients, they'll put their hands together and pull their hands apart, but their elbows kind of stay in one place. And you'll notice that when your elbows drive the motion, you really, really feel that work in your back and shoulders even more. Squeeze and open. Now when it beeps again, we get to go back to that faster pace of cardio. And we're going to do something I call the wave. I call it that because it reminds me of being like at a sporting event where they used to do the wave. I don't even know if they do that anymore. I haven't been to a sporting event in quite some time. But we're going to just lean forward slightly and we're going to have our hands reach down. Oh, and then they're going to fly up overhead. So knees are just slightly apart. We're going to reach down and then fly up. And whee! Hands go up, up, up super fast. Bending forward slightly, not trying to get quite as much of a forward hinge as we did with those forward hinge arm flappers, but boy, we are hinging a little bit and our arms are flapping. It's just that we're moving forward and back rather than side to side with our hands. Now when it beeps again, we're actually going to do a very similar motion to this with weights in our hands. Next exercise, I call it the letter Y because we are forming the letter Y with our hands. What that means is rather than our hands just coming straight up overhead like this, they're going to come out to the sides just enough that you can really feel it in your back and shoulders. We are really working our abs, obliques, upper body today, all of our shoulders and chest, back and neck, really everything from the waist up with all of our strength, and getting plenty of lower body strength with our cardio section. So palms facing each other right at your chest and then out to the letter Y, back to your chest, out to the letter Y. Oh my goodness, feeling that one in your angel wings already. Your shoulder blades really, really pulling in the work. If you'd like to know the actual muscle name, it's called your latissimus dorsi. It's those great big muscles in your back that you see so nicely defined in swimmers because they do lots of out work like this. That muscle, those muscles, some of the biggest in your body. It's why I love to train the latissimus dorsi. The more muscle tone we get in our major muscles, the more calories we are burning every single minute of every single day. Plus, it gives us a really nice shape to our body. Now, when it beeps again, we're going to go into kick jacks. Going to put these dumbbells down, going to give it a little kick, and our arms are flapping up and down just like jumping jacks with absolutely no jumping today. I'm sure you've noticed that. This is why I like a good seated workout. Nice big kick and arms flapping. Absolutely no load bearing, no impact at all, but oh my goodness, heart rate comes up and we get super sweaty without any kind of standing or jumping. Now, when it beeps again, whoo, doggies, gonna pick up those weights again, which seem to get heavier with every exercise. We're gonna do a bent over row plus a triceps kickback, really focusing on your arms, not just the shoulder complex, but getting some good arm, biceps, and triceps work too. Now we are, of course, still using other muscles. You know, your muscles, they all are attached to one another. Even if we're doing relatively isolated exercises, we're still using lots of muscles in our bodies. So we're gonna grab those dumbbells, we're gonna bend forward ever so slightly. You get to see my roots again. Gonna row the dumbbells up to your armpits. So here we go. Palms facing each other. We're gonna bend forward slightly. Row those dumbbells up to your armpits. Kick them back towards your hips with your triceps. That's the back of your arms. Back to your armpits and down. So armpits, hips, armpits again, and down. Awesome job. Feet are together, knees are together, core is really engaged to make sure that your back is staying super, super straight. Neck should be neutral, which means that you're looking not quite at your feet, but just a little bit forward of them. Back should be nice and straight. When it beeps again, you guys, we're doing my favorite exercise, but man, that doesn't mean it's going to be an easy one. We are running. Now, I say running. You are welcome to take it at whatever pace you need to, because oh my goodness, that gets real tough in a seated position. It's basically glorified ab work. You're bringing your knees to your chest as quickly as can and moving your hands nice and fast too. Go ahead and put those dumbbells down, and here we go. Now I'm leaning backwards slightly so that I can engage my core. Trying to keep my head up and my chest up, knees moving as fast as I can. I am tapping my foot down in between each motion. It's very, very little break on my abs though, so feel free to go at a pace that works for you. This is cardio, so if this is too tough on your abs to run the whole time, you can move your hands a little bit bigger to keep your heart rate up while moving your whole body a little bit slower. Totally okay. When it beeps, I'm already looking forward to it. We're just going to grab one dumbbell and we're going to do Russian twists. What that means is we're going to have one dumbbell in both hands. We're actually going to hold on to it by the end of the dumbbell, which is very unusual for us. But we're going to tap that dumbbell on one side of the chair and then up and out and over. Whoo, doggies. So tap it on one side of the chair and then up and out and over and tap it on the other. Leaning back slightly in between, but making sure that you keep your head up, your chest out, but getting a good twist in your spine. Really trying to look all the way over at one side of the chair and then all the way over on the other side of the chair. Now you guys, I've got a good news, bad news situation here. Good news, we are done with the circuit. Bad news, not really bad news, is that this is a circuit. We are going to repeat these exercises one more time. So when it beeps, gonna put this dumbbell down and we're going back to more cardio in the form of those forward hinge arm flappers that we started this workout with. Breathing. Don't hold your breath, even though this got real tough. This is the toughest pair of exercises. I saved this for last for a reason. Here we go with those forward hinge arm flappers, hands up, flap them on down while we're hinging forward. Oh my goodness. This doesn't actually feel easier, but you have seen all of the exercises. Actually, that's the thing that I like about a circuit workout. Once you've seen all the exercises, you know you can do them. You know if one of them needs a little bit of modification, or one of them needs you to put the weights down, or one of them you could use heavier weights, whatever. You've seen it all. And now all we got to do is all of them one more time. When it beeps again, gonna do those bent over flies, the one that we started with, where we've got our dumbbells in each hand. And as we bend over, we're going to stay in that slightly bent over position, bringing your elbows back and up like you're spreading your wings. Great, great job. Feeling nice and sweaty now. And here we go. Grab those dumbbells, bend it forward slightly, palms facing each other, and out to the side. Now here in round 2, these nice moderate weight dumbbells got real heavy. I know. Again, you can feel free to do this empty-handed as long as you're thinking about squeezing from those shoulder blades, squeezing those big latissimus dorsi to get your hands up rather than shrugging your shoulders. If your shoulders are coming up around your ears, go ahead and relax down into it and think about bringing that motion further down your back. When it beeps again, gonna put these dumbbells down and go into that reach across. Going cardio, then strength, then cardio. None of this is stopping me from sweating though. Even this strength work is starting to feel real sweaty. Excellent. Excellent job. And here we go with that reach across right there, right there. Reaching across, tapping that toe out, getting a nice good lean into it. Really using those abs and obliques as we do. Making sure your core is braced, your head is up, your chest is out. When in doubt, pull your core in and sit up straight. If I don't mention it specifically, I probably still mean to. There are very, very few exercises, crunches really being the only one that comes to mind off the top of my head. There are very few exercises where we want to curl our body down. You pretty much always want to be sitting up with a nice straight spine, having your chest forward, your head up. When it beeps again, we're going to grab those dumbbells again for peekaboos. Excuse me. I try really hard not to do that right into the microphone, but I have a feeling I did anyways, and I'm sorry about that. We're going to grab those dumbbells for peekaboos. That's the one where our elbows are at shoulder height. Hold your elbows together. Pull your elbows apart. Those dumbbells are above your forehead. But we're not thinking about your hands, just thinking about bringing the elbows together. Pulling the elbows apart, and you'll find that pulling the elbows together is every bit as difficult as pulling them apart. This is one of those exercises where there's no resting position. Sometimes there's a resting position where your dumbbells are just kind of like hanging at your sides or whatever. Every single second of this one, your core is engaged, your shoulders are engaged, your biceps and triceps are engaged, your chest is engaged. Everything is working. When it beeps again, and it will, we get to put these down and we're going to do the wave. That's the one where we lean forward just ever so slightly and fling our hands up in the air. Cheering for our favorite team. So knees about hip width apart, hands down and up. Super fast on this one, as fast as you can go. Might be faster than me, might be slower, whatever works for your heart rate. This feels real good to me. This actually makes my arms feel nice and light and weightless, thank goodness. When it beeps again, we're going to grab those dumbbells again and do the letter Y. Excellent. Really feeling that core engagement. Really feeling that heart rate coming up. You're doing such a great job today. It's tough to do a workout with no rest at all. I know. We look forward to those resting positions. We look forward to a little bit of a break in our workout. But you know what? This one is fast and efficient. Not super long today, not super short either, but this is manageable in this amount of time. Here we go with those dumbbells, the letter Y. You can bring your knees together, hands, palms facing each other, and then out with the letter Y. Now, I just felt this in myself. As I brought my hands up, I could feel my lower back really starting to curve. If you feel like you can't quite hold your core in the way you could on round one, bring this just out to your shoulders. It looks a lot like a peekaboo when you do it that way. You're still engaging the same muscles. You're still working plenty hard. I would much rather you do this with good form, slightly modified, than get those hands real wide and make it actually look like a big letter Y, but hurt your lower back. Never, never, never hurt yourself when you're exercising if you can avoid it. You guys, when it beeps again, gonna put those dumbbells down and do kick jacks. That's where we're giving, well, I'm gonna call it a nice big kick. I always use that phrase. Like, my mouth just says those words even though my body is like, I'm not kicking that big. You give it whatever kind of kick you've got, even if it's like a little kick. That's okay too. You're kicking your feet and flapping your hands like we're doing jumping jacks. It's a jumping jack motion with your upper body and a kicking motion with your lower body. It doesn't have to be real big at all. When it beeps again, gonna do those bent over rows with the triceps kickback. I tell you what, I can already tell that I'm gonna feel nice and sore tomorrow. I do love a workout where you can really feel the work while you're doing it, and you know that you're gonna have that delicious day after feeling when you wake up tomorrow. That, my friends, you don't have to be sore every time. Trust me, you don't want to be sore every time. But every now and again, it means that you pushed your limits today. This was a tough one, and it's not over yet. When it beeps, we're gonna grab those dumbbells. Nice. All right. And here we go in that slightly bent forward, looking at Pahla's roots position again. We're going to bring the dumbbells up to your armpits, back to your hips, keeping those elbows super close to your body, and down. So up, kick back, back to your armpits, and down. I feel like we've gotten to know each other real well during this workout today, my friends. I would love it if you would leave me a comment and tell me about how you're doing with your roots these days. You know, I tried really hard to go gray naturally. When it beeps again, we're going to do that running for the last time. I wanted to go gray naturally. I don't like coloring my hair. I really don't. I had a very stressful year last year, and my hair turned quite white quite suddenly, and it just wasn't quite the color that I was looking for. And here we go with running. And so I caved into my own little weird internal pressure. Here we go with running nice and fast. And I colored my hair blonde again because I'm not nearly as blonde as I used to be, but I am still blonde. And oh my goodness, I couldn't stand that color at all. So I'm growing it out again, and it seems to be coming in gray again, but not quite as weird gray as it did last year. So I think I'm gonna let it just go and be whatever color it's gonna be. But I would actually really love to hear your stories, you guys. When it beeps again, I know that's not fitness related at all, but it is something on my mind today. When it beeps again, we are doing those Russian twists for the very last time. You guys, we have reached the end of my list for the second time. You are rocking this workout. Oh my goodness. Whew, especially this one. This one's really feeling a lot more like strength than cardio. Awesome job. One dumbbell, holding it by the ends, tapping it on one side and tapping it on the other. And you guys, since this is our last exercise, that means that it's just about time for you to make a decision about what you've got left. You know, this was a good workout. It was a great workout. If you'd like to be done with it, please be done, but you're not quite finished. On one side of the screen, I've got a suggestion for you for a finisher. On the other side of the screen though, if you do feel like you've got a little bit more in you for more workout, I've got a complimentary video, similar but not the same. Now down at the bottom, there's a couple of different places you can go. There's a link over to Patreon where you can make a monthly pledge that helps me make free videos for all of us. And thank you so much for supporting me with that. There's also a picture of my face. That's a subscribe button. If you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, so that we can work out together again next time. When it beeps again, it's the last time it's going to beep in this workout, my friends. And that was it. Thank you so much for sweating with me today. Make sure you click that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you in the next video.